We got our spreadsheet a little bit organized. We can build this in our software, but right now we're just using Google Sheets because it's sometimes faster. So the software is like a more long-term thing. Google Sheets and Google Docs are just so easy to manipulate and use and copy, edit, etc. So we're using that right now with the combination of the software. The software is going to be more long-term. But we did just make a lot of progress on the software, which is great. So continuing working on that and all the other stuff as needed.
Good morning, guys. We're gonna have Mike get up in 5, 4,
Morning.
3. Good morning from the best vlog family on YouTube. How'd you sleep, Mike?
Oh, I slept so wonderful.
You did?
Yes.
You have a nice clean house. So our first step, we usually go in the kitchen. Mike's gotta make himself some breakfast, but not me. I'm fasting. I gotta make myself some coffee. He does this every time.
Lights.
All right.
Action. Off the day with Sarah's daily yoga sequence that we're doing. She wrote this herself.
I did, guys. Mike didn't believe me when I told him I wrote this. He's like, "You did?" Nuh-uh. Yes, I did.
Wow,
my first yoga sequence ever, guys.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning, Mike.
Morning. Who can
Mike inside doing, guys. Do you want to do shout out?
Shout out. You're on the vlog.
Who can do the best morning? Morning. Update is I helped with the ad stuff, the trip advice, and then re-edited the ad, re-uploaded it, and we'll see if it gets approved. And then I also helped Mike with, some software stuff and training. I made a 4-hour video editing training. I finished some micros on that part on Friday. Going forward today, lead generation and just basically making some deals, That's my main focus.
Nice.
So far, Sarah made this thumbnail on vlog number 19 5 days ago, 254 views.
That one's not even that great.
Right behind it, 252.
How much does mine have?
254 now.
Wow.
Learn to embrace the ups and downs. I guess people want to click on that,
Yep,
For YouTube, these guys make a summary. 8 minutes. You can just get the entire book
That's cool.
read to you.
Yeah, I swear that most books are all fluff. I mean, we can condense them in one page.
Yeah. A lot of them I like just the titles,
Same.
Just makes you think, okay, let's make it stick.
I recently read the book Made to Stick by authors Chicky and Danny. Imagine this evening you meet a friend for dinner. Halfway through dinner, you tell your friend that you want to try an experiment. You tell them that you're going to spend 10 seconds tapping out a famous song on the table, and they have to guess what that song is. You start by tapping out the rhythm to the song Happy Birthday. If you did that experiment with 10 friends, how many of those friends do you think would guess the song? 1 out of 10 friends, or 5 out of 10 friends?
10 out of 10.
In 1990, psychologist Elizabeth Newton
5 out of 10.
played this game with students at Stanford University. Her findings were startling. Only 1 in 40 students could guess the famous song that the tapper was tapping. But here's the troubling thing. The people who were tapping out the songs thought that at least half the people would guess the song that they're tapping. Because the tappers knew the song, and they had the song playing in their head, they expected many more people to understand what song they were trying to communicate. This is what psychologists call the curse of knowledge. Most of the time, we communicate our ideas as if we are the audience, and we forget that the audience doesn't share our knowledge. This makes our communication either confusing or boring. The curse of knowledge is the reason why brilliant scientists write papers that almost no one else can understand, because hardly anyone else shares their same level of knowledge.
Just got done with a great call with Mihai. Sarah's home now. She's making some great vegetables, making sure we're staying healthy. We got our spreadsheet a little bit organized. We can build this in our software, but right now we're just using Google Sheets because it's sometimes faster. So the software is like a more long-term thing. Google Sheets and Google Docs are just so easy to manipulate and use and copy, edit, etc. So we're using that right now with the combination of the software. The software is going to be more long-term. But we did just make a lot of progress on the software, which is great. So continuing working on that and all the other stuff as needed. All right, finally getting outside after a day. Worked for about 8 hours straight without moving, which is good for focus and productivity, getting stuff done. But now I got to move. Plus I want to zoom out and sometimes just reconnect back to what the purpose is, the next step, you know, who am I going to collaborate with, etc., etc. Like zoom out. So it definitely helps, like just getting outside, going for a walk, zoom out and be able to see all the different pieces, kind of reconnect to your vision. Sometimes, like, I was just thinking about this a couple minutes ago, like just contemplating, like, yeah, what am I doing? You know, everything, and just question it, which is good. Because then you get reconnected. You're like, okay, that's why. This makes sense. This is the next step, etc. And things change fast. You know, we're living in a more dynamic world. Yeah, it's based on you and your situation, what you got to do. So, hope that helps. Peace. So, entrepreneurship is all about finding a gap in the marketplace. So you're thinking, what can I sell? What's needed? You know, you're actually have your ear to the street, so to speak. You're actually talking with people. You're in Facebook forums. You're on Upwork. You're just chatting, you're doing free work, you're doing paid work, you're just really in the market, engaging in it as best you can, even if it's just a few people. You know, you can just have a small knit community, go to your news sites, anything else like Facebook groups, etc. People's emails, even though emails are a little bit distracting, so I try to stay away from those. But yeah, anywhere where you can just kind of get a sense of what's going on, what's the need, and then what can you sell and what can you solve. You know, what problem can you solve? Because people pay to buy, you know, solutions. How can you save that? Like turn into a system. Either you're selling like a service, your time, or you're selling an info product, your written stuff, or a product in terms of like a software. So that's why I'm building software right now, because I did info products, I did service. They're all pros and cons, but software I think is a long-term play. So I think it's just like good to know that. So it's always a balance of like, yeah, how can I make money now? So we have like a service business where we do SEO, Google organic rankings for clients and get paid that way. But then like a long-term thing like software, AI, that's going to be huge in the future, you know? So both. A lot of people will say like, know your numbers. You'll watch like Shark Tank or something. Know your numbers, which is good to know your numbers. Like, you know, how much money is in your bank account, how much you're spending, etc. But if you look at those every day, yes, you want to know them very well, but then you want to know your numbers like on the other side, because those are all like past reflective ones, like what decisions and actions happen to have that, but like what's going in to change that? Is it learning something new? Are you focusing on learning and changing something in the system that's going to affect that so you have better output? Your number of how many videos you produce a day, how many, you know, Instagram posts do you produce a day, your Twitter, Facebook, etc. Those numbers. And then like quality numbers too. How can you put a number to the quality as well? The big kicker for regardless of whatever business you're in is that you're a media company first. You're a media company first. First heard that from Gary Vee. It's like you're a media company first no matter what. That's the binary, means black and white decision before whatever business you're in, beauty, health, this service, tech, etc. You are in a media company first. So you have to figure out how can you have this output of high quality content, collaborating with teams, other people, internally, externally, systems, Google Docs, Bubble IS, different softwares, etc., etc. Upwork, Drive, Google, Skype, I mean all these connecting, you know? And yeah, how can you connect them all and have the greatest volume of output plus quality? How can you double that, triple that, quadruple that, etc.?
Doing some posting on Bubble. Mike's new stance working.
Yes. Now where are we saving these to? Video content. Software. All right, Laura, can you add the pages for the rest of June in this one? So 17, recorded on 10. Right now, Laura is checking all the bubbles. She's turning into a Bubble IS expert. She learned about privacy settings. We learned that we always find the solution. If we don't know the answer, we just Google it.
Amen.
Finally cracked the code to auto binding, aka autosave. Laura is now updating each and every input to be able to use auto binding. She clicks the checkbox. Then she needs to field the modify. She needs to match it. The YouTube transcript, she has to search for it through all the different fields. She finds it. Now I just got some big insights that you have to use the software to really, improve it. So keep using the software and improving it. You got to do both, because some people are just going to use their software, they never improve it, or some people don't even use their product that much where they can't improve it. So use it consistently the improvement's going to be huge.
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about like how but we went to go use it today and we're like, oh, let's change this. But if we weren't going to put stuff into it, we'd never have these realizations. So it might be a foreign thing, a new thing, but you want other people to use it. Well, you have to use it first to craft it perfectly.
True. You got to drink your own Kool-Aid, so to speak. This camera spot is coming in so handy because now I just grab the camera, boom. We just watched the vlog right after Sarah edited hers on Wednesday. And
Tuesday.
shout out to Rio because on Thursday.
Wednesdays, yours was really good. Your
Wednesdays.
edit. Seriously, you incorporated the whole day, micro clips, the important parts, kept it moving. Music was engaging. You even did some speed zoom ins at the gym. Love that. Mike's intro, the intro part you picked was good too. I don't do those intros, but I like how you picked them. That's good. Mystery. And yeah, it kept moving along. I was engaged the whole time.
So true. Sarah grabbed the wheel and she started erasing. She's. Aren't you gonna zoom in? Wow. Look at that. Plus,
That's Mike's finger super zoomed in, just so you know.
See, it gives like a big face, but if you have it up here, it cuts.
Whoa! Don't be chopping the finger.
I know, I'm showing everyone how to use the harness. Right there, okay? I'm gonna zoom in.
Whoa! Mike is still going hard on bubble.
That's right. Creating plus improving. Iteration. It's a cycle, not just doing all at once, this or that. Back and forth. Yin and yang. Iteration.
And that's a wrap for today, guys.
Peace. Guys, remember, it's all about collaboration. We have this new approve function on here. Okay, we're building like a project management system.
We have a spelling error right here, Mike.
Busted.
And she's about to grow ever more.
This process is making our quality even better.
Even more, Mike.
Wow.
I approve it. Lauren, do you approve it?
Yeah.
All right. Approved. Boom. Autosave. Refresh the page. Refresh the page. See if it's saved.
Did it save?
Did it save? Yes.
Yes.